A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
2022 NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs predictions. Can the New York Rangers bounce back after being eliminated in the first round? Will the Calgary Flames be better than the New York Rangers? If the Flames are better than the New York Rangers, who will win the Stanley Cup? Here are some predictions for the 2022 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs.
Read on to find out. And get ready for a big game. New York Rangers bounce back from a big loss in the first round.
The New York Rangers are looking to bounce back from a big loss in the opening round of the 2022 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs with a win in Game 2. After falling 2-0 to the Pittsburgh Penguins in Game 1 on Tuesday, the Rangers came out strong in Game 2 to tie the series at 1.
The Rangers had only one power play, and it came at the very end of the first period, as a penalty killed Teddy Bluger at I-58. In Game 2, the Rangers beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 5-2, and Artemi Panarin scored 1 goal and 2 assists.
Sidney Crosby scored 1 goal and an assist, and he became the 19th player in NHL history to reach 70 playoff goals. The Rangers won despite missing out on a few key players, like Justin Braun and Barclay Goodrow.
The Penguins scored in the second period after being whistled for a penalty. The Rangers had one man advantage in the second period, but were unable to capitalize on it.
With a 2-1 lead in the first period, the Rangers took the lead for good. However, the Penguins took advantage of the opportunity.
With the Penguins unable to score, the Rangers had to settle for a tie. Calgary Flames better for a Stanley Cup run than New York Rangers.
The Dallas Stars and Calgary Flames are both perennial contenders for the Stanley Cup, but which team will be more likely to win it? The Stars have the best lineup in the NHL, led by Roope Hintz and Jason Robertson, while the Flames have a crowded forward core and limited cap space. But can they really beat the Rangers? The Flames have a few things going for them in this year's playoffs, but the Rangers will have a tougher time defending their cup.
The Flames are the better team on the western side, but they are going to need an improved Jacob Markstrom in order to make it, and they are going to need to have more solid defense to shut down Dallas' top gun.
While the Flames have a great starting lineup, they'll need to win some key games to advance to the next round. Despite the top-heavy offensive line, the Flames have a solid defense and a deep lineup.
The team's top six hasn't been able to contribute as much as it should, but that doesn't mean they are a bad team. The top players have been great in the regular season, and they haven't been that great in the playoffs.
If the Flames are going to get to the Stanley Cup, they'll need to be able to score and play at a high level. Nashville Avalanche goalie David Rittich likely to start for Predators.
In the 2022 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, can the New York Rangers bounce back after Game 1 against the Pittsburgh Penguins? While the Rangers' regular season record didn't matter much, the playoff result usually does. Pittsburgh is a team that the New York Rangers won't underestimate, despite a -3 record.
The Rangers will face the Penguins in the Eastern Conference first round, but their playoff chances will be determined by how they respond. Nashville's starting goalie, David Rittich, has a lot to prove, but the Predators have the talent and depth to knock off the Avalanche and reach the finals.
The Predators, who are two of the top teams in the Western Conference, have lost to the Avalanche in 3 straight postseasons. Both teams were ranked high in the Western Conference, and they are both considered top candidates for the Norris Trophy.
Ingram, who has made a solid start this season, had 2 saves, but was beat twice by a slashing shot from Nathan MacKinnon. In addition to Kadri's free agent contract, the Rangers have a lot of talent in their roster.
The Rangers have a great defense, and a top-tier center will lead the Rangers' offensive push. With this in mind, the Rangers are likely to bounce back and reach the Western Conference Finals in 2022.
But if they can't get the best goaltender, they'll lose in the first round. Pittsburgh Penguins struggles.
The New York Rangers are poised to bounce back in the 2022 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs after a disappointing regular season. The team features veteran stars like Victor Arvidsson and Philip Denault, as well as stellar young talent such as forward Adam Fox.
The team also features a divisive goaltender in Tony DeAngelo, who flopped against the New York Islanders in the first round of the 2021 series. And their veteran leaders are steady and effective, including Alex Edler and Trevor Moore.
In Game 2, the Rangers' defense struggled, but that wasn't new to the team this year.
In fact, they outscored the Penguins 5-2. This isn't a new story for the Rangers, who have Shesterkined enough opponents to know what to do to win.
Nevertheless, the Rangers must not take the loss too hard, or as part of the postseason, the New York Rangers have a lot to prove.
They finished in high divisions, and made a real push to win the Metropolitan Division. They also have a new coach and a stout netminder in Igor Shesterkin.
And, with all these positives, the Rangers will be a contender for the 2022 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Dallas Stars top line.
The Dallas Stars are the team to beat in the 2022 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. As the team with the least to play for, the Stars have little to lose and can play with no expectations.
The top line of Joe Pavelski, Rube Hintz, and Jason Robertson carried the team up the standings and show no signs of slowing down. They are also the team to beat in the first round despite their low expectations.
The Rangers missed practice on Wednesday due to the Game 1 game against the Penguins. Instead, they reported to the MSG Training Center in Tarrytown.
The Rangers played 106 minutes of hockey in Game 1 and now must mentally bounce back from that game. There are many things to look for in the New York Rangers game plan.
But first, they need to get better on both sides of the puck. The Rangers have a good chance of making a deep run in the 2022 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs.
Their offense is strong and their goaltending is sound. But they also need to be tough because the Bruins are set to make deep runs in the playoffs.
If they can beat the Penguins, they are in the position to win the Stanley Cup. So, what can we expect in the postseason?
Igor Shesterkin's Vezina Trophy chances. Igor Shesterkin has been a significant part of the New York Rangers' success during the 2020-22 season.
The goaltender has been cited as one of the most talented players in the league, and has been in the conversation for a Hart Trophy, despite not usually being considered as a candidate. Despite the fact that goalies are not usually considered for the award, Shesterkin is a likely candidate to win the Vezina Trophy and may even be in the mix for an NHL MVP award.
While Shesterkin hasn't been perfect this season, his overall numbers have improved. He's recorded career-high numbers against bad teams.
His expected goals against, 60, has risen from 5v5 to 7v7. He's also played more than half of the season, which could potentially impact his Vezina Trophy chances.
The first leg of the back-to-back set against the Carolina Hurricanes capped off his season with 4 goals. Shesterkin, who had allowed 2 goals in 3 games in March, likely won't start the second game.
However, he could still start Game 1 of the Eastern Conference first round against the Washington Capitals. The New York Rangers have been out of the playoffs for 3 straight seasons, but this year they made the best season in 7 seasons, thanks to the play of Shesterkin.
With Shesterkin in net, they are favored to move on to the second round. The team went 3-1 against the Pittsburgh Penguins during the regular season, and Shesterkin had a minuscule 1.1 goals against average in 4 games.